What is up, beer tubers? Today is a very special day. It is the Day After Darkness Day from Surly Brewing Company, and I've been waiting to share this beer review with all of you for a very, very long time. It's like the one Surly beer I haven't reviewed other than anniversary beers. But if you don't know about Surly Darkness, they release it every year, and they select a local artist to design the bottle art, which is printed onto the bottle, which makes them highly collectible. So as you can see here, I've got a Horde of Darkness mixed vintages. I kept some of the older ones down there because the 8 has a paper label on it and weird colored wax, and the 9 has a, like, I don't know, it's just not good. And then the 10s are all up in Duluth with my father. So I usually don't like to review beer this young, but it was drinking rather nice yesterday in my opinion, and every year they release a new snifter. These are from Germany this year, and they seem a little bit higher quality. So, Darkness is the Russian Imperial Stout, clocking at 9.9% alcohol by volume. Yes, I am taking it to the Dome in hopes of the Packers taking it to the Vikings in the Dome tonight. So you can see here is the 2013 artwork, Brucifer, Lord of Darkness. Awesome, awesome label work. This is the 2011. And the 12 is hanging out over here. So I'm going to just get into this one. And if you guys have any questions about Surly Darkness, let me know. It actually looks a lot thinner coming out of the bottle than it did on draft yesterday. They were serving 8 or 10 ounce pours for $4 a pop, which was, to me, an awesome deal. But anyways, in the glass, it's 100% opaque. 2 fat finger head. I smell just wafts and wafts of chocolate coming down to the glass already. For my side-by-side yesterday with 12 and 11, the 11 is much different, much more like a really strong dark ale with a lot of dark fruits. The 12, more coffee and tobacco-y notes, I guess in a way. Lots and lots of chocolate on the 12. 13, lots of chocolate. It was rather warm alcohol-wise. And then there were some dark fruits. But let's get our nose into the bottle because I haven't had it out of the bottle yet. So cheers. Thanks for joining me for this very special review. Yeah. Like, just a ton of chocolate. Baker's chocolate. Almost like a powdered cocoa in a way. And then there's some of that milk chocolate coming through, some dark chocolate notes. Nice underlying roasted notes from the malts. I do get a good amount of bitterness. Like, an astounding amount of bitterness, actually, hop-wise. And that's one thing Surly seems to do every year. Todd dials in the beer, and I feel like he finally dialed it in with 12. And, man, it's quite hoppy, so. There is a touch of alcohol coming through, but for it being so young, I would expect that. And alcohol legs are definitely present. At $20 a bottle, it is a bit pricey, in my opinion. But Surly does have a brand new brewery to fund, so I'm happy to pay whatever they're asking for their beer because, hey, new brewery means more beer for me and a lot more beer coming your guys' way. So cheers, let's get the taste. Very chewy. Yesterday they were pouring it quite cold. I poured this one at probably about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And happy with that because it's much better than it was yesterday. Immediately, there's like this blast of hop bitterness followed by a touch of alcohol, a good amount of roasted character, and just those waves and waves of chocolate I was talking about in the nose, they're present in the taste, and that's awesome. Usually beers don't match how they smell and how they taste. There is, let me get this one more time. I do get the coffee. A good amount of coffee, actually. Not like the added coffee to the brew, but the coffee like malts. On the back, it does talk about tart cherries, raisins, dark chocolate, uh, thick body, etc. Finishes sweet and piney. Man, waited 18 hours in line, by the way. Yeah, there's a good amount of pine there. Pine and the coffee kind of, it's very complex. There's a lot going on here, and really, really happy I bought it this year. I almost, Wednesday, I was looking at the weather. It's supposed to be like 36 overnight. I was really debating not going. With the price increase, buying the house, getting engaged, all those factors, I was like, well, can I really make room for surly darkness in my budget? Freeze my ass off, get hammered. But I went, and I did get hammered. We went at about 3:45, 4 o'clock. We were there in line. We were probably like 300th in line. And tasting tables were already being set up, so you just walk the line with your sample glass. And the dudes from Toppling Goliath were there, Mike and Clark. Awesome to meet you guys. A lot of the Surly Brewers were there in line. Todd was walking the line. Omar was walking the line. It's just an experience, and I can't speak volumes. Like, there wasn't anything wrong with this year's Darkness, beer-wise, and really anything wrong with the festival. It does suck that you have to wait in line that long. I wish I could go there and get wristbanded and go home. That's what I wish. But is what it is. It is a great time. I met a lot of great people. Had a lot of great beer with friends. My Untapped, if you are friends with me on Untapped, is overloading. And I haven't even checked into everything I had. I was drinking 1 or 2 ounces of everything I wanted to try and really trying to pace myself from about 5 to 10. And not be intoxicated. But as any of you know who have gone to beer festivals, it's nearly impossible. And Darkness Day was no different. So back to the beer on hand that we're reviewing. Sorry for the side note here, but a lot of info to cover for Darkness Day when you attend. I do get a faint hint of tart cherry. Kind of like New Glarus's cherry chocolate stout or whatever they did, or that. It's there, it's not prominent, but there are wafts of and waves of coffee and chocolate and deep espresso notes and deep bitterness from the hops and black malts and actually one of the best young vintages of Darkness I have ever had the pleasure of drinking. I remember drinking the 12 last year and I loved it. Wasn't so hot on the 11. 10 is actually my current favorite vintage. 9 is hair oxidized. I don't know if it's because of the caps and the way it was waxed. 8 is awesome. Pretty sweet, but really awesome. And then 7, haven't had the privilege of having for over a year, so I can't really speak to it. But if you guys can trade for Darkness, go dollar for dollar. Find a guy who's looking for some Dark Lord or, find a guy who's looking for some local stouts or sours in your area. $20 a bottle. Think of all the time they put in line, though, because time is definitely money. So I'd place this, liquor stores are going to sell this starting tomorrow for about anywhere from $20 to $30 a bottle, which for a non-barrel-aged stout and what you can consider getting for the same amount of money, yeah, it's hard to justify. But Darkness for me, ratings-wise, I go a 94 out of 100. Maybe a 95. It's an A beer, but there is a lot of other beer out there that, for the money, I could come home with that, in my opinion, is as good, possibly better. But that doesn't, these guys take so much time and put so much care into the whole event, the whole thing. I mean, look at this bottle art. Josh Lemke drew this, and it's just incredible all around. So a lot of people will call Darkness overrated, that it just doesn't stand up to the better stouts that are hitting the market. Um, everybody's palate's different. If you don't think with your wallet and you think with your palate, you're going to be very, very happy you traded and/or bought darkness. So I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. It's been 10 minutes. I don't even know how I went 10 minutes, but I really do thank you guys for stopping by for this special beer review. I wanted to get like some badass candles and make this like really a dark review and, you know, get some hardcore metal in the intro song and yeah, but I also work a day job now, so I can't really do that. So you guys are the best. Thank you for joining me for yet another beer review. And if you have questions about darkness, refer to Surly's website, which I'll put in the description below, or just feel free to ask me or anybody else on YouTube or BA who has the pleasure of getting darkness as readily as we do. So, again, guys, cheers. I'm going 95 for my final score. That's an A beer. Awesome job, Todd. Awesome job, all you brewers, Mike, Derek, Spencer, and whoever I might be forgetting. And, of course, Omar for making this all possible. See you again in the next one, guys. Cheers!